Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and I'm really happy you could be here today. Today I want to talk about something that is personal, but not just for me, but for anyone in the LGBTQ plus community. And it strikes a really sensitive nerve for me, and it pisses me off. And as a gay dad especially, I have to talk about it. And I figure what better way to talk about it than on my channel and through my blog. Usually I don't line up things to write about and to talk about at the same time, but I feel so strongly about this topic that I'm hitting it straight on, and I'm ready to discuss it. I appreciate y'all coming today. I appreciate all the support, and we need to talk about this administration and about this new rule that Trump is trying to allow adoption agencies to discriminate against LGBTQ families and still get tax money. That's so messed up to me, and it makes my heart beat so fast. And the only way I know to get this anger out is if I talk about it. So let's do it. Welcome back to Nola Papa. So before I begin, I want to say again that I appreciate each and every one of your support. If you like my content, I ask that you subscribe to the Nola Papa channel and make sure that you click that notification bell so you can be notified when I release new episodes. And while I'm saying that, follow our journey on Instagram at Nola Papa and like Nola Papa's Facebook page. It is all about bringing our little village together and inspiring one another. That's what it's all about, and I appreciate all the support. So now, with that said, I try not to be too, sentimental or too sensitive. But there are certain things that really get under my skin, and I feel like that it's very important that when we see something that is not right, that we say something about it. And this goes back to when our girls were born. I remember bringing our first home, and she was super tiny. She was premature. She was born at 30 weeks, and that is so small. She was born at like 4 pounds. And I mean, if anyone out there has held a 4-pound baby, it's mind-boggling because they're so fragile and delicate, even when they're full term. So her being premature, it was, just mind-boggling to me, how delicate she was. And with her prematurity, she wasn't able to handle her formula. So when we fed her, she had something like colic, and it really upset her tummy really bad, and she would spit up, and it was super painful, and there was really nothing that we could do in the beginning. All we could do is make sure that she wasn't getting air when we gave her bottle. We needed to make sure that we got all the burps out of her, that way she wasn't gassy. But it didn't matter what we did. The pain that we saw in her face, in her eyes, it was heartbreaking. I remember looking down at her and, almost crying wishing that I could do something to take away her pain, and knowing that I couldn't, it was so hard. And I remember, holding her and promising that I would always protect her, that Daddy and Papa were always going to be there, and we would always make sure she was okay. And, as she developed and she was able to grow and gain weight, 1 month led to a few months, and then we were a year down the road and she was still catching up, but you could see that she was developing everything we had hoped for, and it was just like a dream. And then we welcomed her little sister, and Ella was not premature, so we were able to see what it was like with a full-term baby. And I mean, honestly, to us it was kind of like a cakewalk, because we had already been through the difficulties of having her, our first, Allie Mae, grow and try to gain that crucial baby weight, and we were able to let our family's story just write itself, and I talked about this maybe last episode, but the way that life's cobblestone pathway kind of just formed in front of us, and we were able to just hop on each cobblestone to create our family. I mean, there's not many words that I'm able to use to articulate how that feels, because it was a natural and organic process that life just happened, and we were able to create our family's story. And it was so beautiful, and it is so beautiful. We are 4 years down the road, and it is amazing every single day to know that these little children are our life. They depend on everything that we can provide, and we do everything in our power to make sure that they're happy and healthy, and we would do anything on earth for them. And I am able to see each day recently that some things are starting to change, not necessarily for our family personally, but this pathway that I'm talking about for us that happens so naturally and organically, it seems like that it's not happening as easy for other people, for other gay dads, for other LGBTQ plus families. And specifically, I'm talking about this administration. It seems like every couple of months there is another attack on our community at the foundation. And we as a family, Douglas and I, we would do anything for our children. And to know that the very head of our country, the leaders of the free world, the vice president and the president, are blatantly attacking the LGBTQ plus families to allow adoption agencies that receive federal funds to discriminate against our families is sick. How they can just lump us into some weird box and label us unworthy of parenting pisses me off more than I can even say. And, last Friday when I read these headlines and I was reading these articles, at first I was like, is this real? Is this real? And the more and more I read, the more and more I was floored that it is real. This is our life. We are being ran by a bully and a hypocrite. And Pence is just, some evangelical freak. And, I might say a few things that are offensive. And if I do offend you, my apologies, but I'm offended. And the only way that I know to get these emotions out is to talk about it. And when I read these articles, my heart started beating. We do everything in our power to make sure our kids are healthy and happy. And because of somebody's deep-rooted religious beliefs, that can take away from someone's joy and happiness in creating their own family. That does not add up. That's all wrong. Our country is not founded on these deep-rooted and held religious beliefs. Yes, let's love God, but don't dictate somebody else's happiness in their life because of something you or others may believe. That's so hypocritical. So I was thinking, I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Am I going to write about it? Sure, I'll write about it. That's not going to take my anger away. Okay, and then I thought, well, let me just go to my YouTube. Is that going to take my anger away? No, it's not going to take my anger away. What else can I do? And I just started thinking and thinking and thinking. I've never protested before. Well, should I protest? And I really started thinking about that. And my answer was yes. Hell yeah, I'm going to protest about it. Now, what the hell do I need to do? So I thought, well, I don't want to be arrested. Is it legal? Do I need a permit? So I went to Google and I, wanted to know that if we were to protest, would we get in trouble? And actually, I was happy to find out that if you're not marching and if you're just doing a peaceful demonstration, then you don't need a permit. It's free. Now that's for Louisiana. I don't know about anywhere else except for my state. And for us, it was legal. So I said, okay, this will help. This will help get my anger out. So after I found out that I could do it and it would be legal, then I said, okay, well, let's create a slogan. So, family is family. That's my damn slogan. And it was the rainbow family is family in navy blue. And that's what it's about. Love is love. Family is family. Despite whatever Bible thumper might think, family at the end of the day is embracing love and acceptance, unconditional love. It's very important that unconditional love be part of what I'm saying, because, that's what family is about. Unconditional love. and making sure that everyone is safe and healthy. So I created the slogan, and then I was like, okay, what the hell else do I need to do? It's like, well, let's create an event on Facebook. So I thought where we could maybe have this protest. And I thought about New Orleans, and I was like, well, it needs to be a popular spot. And I, thought that we needed to go somewhere that's sentimental to me. So I was like, Jackson Square. That's where we were married, and there's tons of tourists. So let's go to Jackson Square and protest. And I created that Facebook event. I sent it to everyone that I thought might be interested. I reached out to the news organizations, to any public official or anyone that might be interested in the public eye. I reached out to our church family, and our church family, we're Episcopals, and they are awesome. I love our church family. And our parish priest, Father Terry, is very outspoken in our community. He calls it like he sees it. He is an advocate for anyone that needs a voice. Father Terry is there. And I was honored that he came to the protest, and he came, in full garb, his collar and all. And Douglas and I, the night before, we, made our posters to hang up, and tried to think of snappy, snazzy, easy to roll off your tongue slogans to put on the posters. And we went, and it was really nerve-wracking in the beginning, and it was neat to find out that the news ran a little story in the morning about the protests later that afternoon. I was happy to find that out. About 12 of us came, and we, did the damn thing. We held those posters up. We, answered questions. I was not prepared for all the questions, okay? I am not a good public speaker, okay? I'm not good with crowds. And, I was thinking protest, hold signs, that's all you do. No. People are going to be asking you questions. So you need to make sure that you are ready to answer said questions. You might want to practice at home, in your bathroom, wherever, what people may ask, and kind of recite it. That way, when you're put on the spot, you're not like a deer in headlights, and you know what to reply with. That kind of caught me off guard a few times. I'm not a public speaker. So when you do this protest thing, you're signing up to be a public speaker, okay? So know that. But it was worth it. I learned, and I know now that I need to, be ready to public speak. So, I learned that. And it was really neat. We did it for a couple of hours. We talked to a lot of people, and everybody that we talked to were positive. They had a very positive attitude about it all. From people giving us fist bumps to this country redneck guy going, "Get her done." I mean, everybody was positive for the most part. There was one lady that was like, "And that's fine. Go on. Shoo shoo." And, that was the only person that was negative. Everybody else embraced everything that we had to say. And I was admired by that because I really came out with my armor. You know, I might have not have known how to respond to someone's question, but I sure as hell know how to respond to someone's shade. And that's kind of like what I was prepared for, was for shade. Like I had my sunglasses on for from a shade, and I had, you know, things in my mind to say if somebody threw shade. But none of that wasn't even needed. So, you know, I urge anyone out there that wants to speak up, speak up. It's easy to do a peaceful demonstration. It's free. You may want to look at, you know, your state's guidelines, and if your permits, if there's a permit needed. But that really helped me get this anger out. Yes, I still see that we're still, you know, battling the stupid thing that they're trying to make happen. And if enough people come together and unite, and with our voices, then we can make a difference. That's so important. You know, on Facebook, I have this campaign, this post that has over 11,000 likes, and, you know, 3 times a year usually I do this campaign. I put out this post. It's the same post, the same target audience, and I try to go get this post seen by our LGBTQ allies and members. And, you know, I put this post out. I've never changed the audience. It's always been like marriage equality, LGBTQ families, you know, this list of demographic that's in the United States. And I try to reach out to those people through this post. And for 2.5 days, I had this post live. And last night I had to suspend this post because of the overwhelmingly negative response that I was getting from bigots. I'm talking the most vile and despicable things were being said, not only in the comments, but they were attacking my audience, the supporters, the allies, the people that commented. These people were going for them. And that is highly offensive to me because I want my Facebook page to be a place where people can feel safe, where they know that they are around other people like them. And for these hateful people to seek out my audience, it was a personal attack, and this has never happened. I've had this post since 2017, and I've had, you know, here and there, like it's over 11,000 likes, maybe 15 anger reactions, maybe 15 laughing reactions, but, you know, 11,000 loves and likes. And in the matter of 2 days, I had to ban almost 50 people. And it became almost like I needed to suspend it. It wasn't helpful anymore. So for the first time ever, I had to just suspend my campaign. And it just makes me think, like, what the hell is going on right now? Like, I mean, where do these people get off, like, being so brazen and hateful? And I can't help but think it's this atmosphere that is being helped by Washington. I mean, if the leader of the free world can bully and can say mean and vile things and can just put out this persona of hatefulness, then why can't any other kid or adult that, you know, might be uneducated or might not have ever even met a gay person, I mean, if they see the president do it, then why can't they? You know, our president should be a role model. And he's not. And every single person in my family has voted for him. I mean, like, what? I don't understand. And quite frankly, that's a whole nother topic. This topic today is about, if you see something wrong, then you use your voice, you unite, and you go out there and you protest about it, because you can. That's our right. I feel angry still, obviously, but I feel like that I did what I needed to do, and I'm going to continue doing what I do, and, you know, hoping to unite other people and to get other people out there. It's the only way that we're going to win this fight, because that's what it is. It's a fight. I feel like this is an attack against us, because we love our family more than anything in this world. And for somebody to try to rip that right away, it's an attack. I wish this was a happy episode, but it's a mad episode. I'm mad. I appreciate all of y'all coming today to watch it. I know that there are going to be people that disagree with me. I don't care. If you disagree with me, be respectful about it. I'm being respectful. And you can too. Thanks for watching this. Until next time. Peace out.